Federico, you're a second year and you are really good at rendering for no reason. You are better than 90% of visualizers at commercial practices. Can you please confirm in the comments that you did this yourself? What makes this render is first textures. So you see the texture at the edge of that table on the right there? Perfect. This couch texture here? Perfect. These balls? Perfect. And this freaking cut in the carpet. I mean, I don't know if you intended it, but it's cool. Yeah, more things like the most mundane little parts is what makes it feel realistic, like this little edge detail here. And of course, the overall lighting, it just feels pleasant. It's got a very light shade of white, or fucking, I guess white is the lightest shade, but you get what I mean. It's got a very light white and a very dark black at some parts like this. The only thing I would say is that the glass here doesn't really show. That's the only problem. Most of my problems have to do with your first project. You are really good at writing, but you can't seem to translate your ideas into drawings. Your project is about creating brief sensory experiences. You talk about the feeling of diving into a pool or basking in the sunlight on a fine day, but your plan is just boxes of things. Look at this image, like focus on this house thing. It's the same house, and now look at this. This, and now this. The lines here are obviously way thicker. This feels much more considered. But your plan obviously is showing a lot more information, so it should definitely be at least to the level of detail as the previous image. Alright, I'm going to be the opposite of a Gary Glazer now and just flame you a little bit. What is that? What is that? This is part of the only ones I understand. And how do I get out of this pool? How do I get in? Where do I put my clothes? Where even is the entrance? What the hell is that? Getting hit by a car simulator? That door is also way too tight. Bruh. There's just very little circulation here, almost non-existent. A great idea for a project, you just gotta do more research and reference things and learn from things that are real. There's the Peter Zumthor bathhouse project, right? Therme Vals or something, and it's a passage that leads to a opening with very different texture and environment than the passage itself. But the contrast, right? The rain feels nicer on a hot day. The sun feels nicer when it's cold. This just feels like a dopamine box. I can talk about shit like this for ages. I might do your section next. Thanks. And good job, Federico. I can